Today I had one of those dreams that make you think there's so much we don't understand about the spiritual world. Since I was a kid, I've had crazy nightmares. My parents tried everything to make them stop, even taking me to religious people to try to cure me or something like that. Nothing really worked, but one day my dad said I should face what I was seeing in my nightmares. I used to see demons or the devil. It's hard to explain, but I tried to face them, and the first time I failed. I remember them laughing at me, but with time and persistence, I was finally able to face them back, using my imagination to fight and gain power. Eventually, after months or years, I don't really remember, I started to be able to become lucid in my dreams whenever I felt scared or stressed. Today my dream was particularly odd. I was in a city where a fight broke out at a party and everyone ran. In the chaos, I lost my car. Someone saw that I was lost and offered to help me find my car. I felt a bad energy, and that's when it triggered my lucidity. The devil, who saw the change in my eyes, looked surprised as I became aware. I turned to the woman and said, "I will save you. From now on, you are free." I used some of my power to break her chains, but she looked at me and warned, "Be careful, he will get you." The devil tried to attack, but I wasn't scared. I told her, "You are okay," then faced him directly. "Try to attack me, nothing will happen, Jesus is here." I made the sign of the cross, and the devil, looking terrified, vanished in an instant. What surprised me was the woman. She looked me in the eyes and said, "If you really want to save me, you need to end my life." I said, "No, you are free now. You will find a way." After this, more demons appeared. I just looked at them and said, "You are weak. You can't do anything." One of them snarled, "Weak? I am one of the strongest. You are just a human." I laughed in his face. "I have the power of the sun." One particularly menacing demon stepped forward. "I am Beelzebub, Lord of the Flies. You will bow before me," I chuckled. "Bow? To you? I've seen scarier things in my morning cereal. Why don't you buzz off before you embarrass yourself further?" Beelzebub, enraged, lunged at me with all his might. I simply raised my hand and a blinding light erupted, sending him sprawling back. "I told you," I said, almost bored. "You're nothing compared to the power I wield." The woman I had saved looked at me with awe. "How did you do that?" I shrugged. "It's all about knowing your worth. Once you understand your power, nothing can truly harm you." She nodded, understanding dawning in her eyes. "Thank you for everything." I smiled. "Just remember, you have the power too. Never forget that." The next night, I found myself in another vivid dream. This time, the setting was a desolate landscape, shrouded in a heavy fog that clung to the ground. The air was thick with a sense of foreboding, and I could feel the presence of dark entities lurking just beyond the mist. I walked cautiously, every sense heightened, ready for whatever might come. As I moved through the eerie silence, a figure emerged from the fog. It was a woman, her face etched with desperation and fear. She approached me, her eyes wide with a mixture of hope and terror. "Are you the one they call the Chosen?" she asked, her voice trembling. I nodded, feeling a surge of confidence. "Yes, I am. What do you need? They say you can defeat the demons," she continued, her voice gaining strength. "They've taken my family. Please, you have to help me." I could see the anguish in her eyes, and I knew I couldn't refuse. "Lead the way," I said, my resolve firm. We moved quickly through the fog, the woman guiding me to a small, dilapidated village. The air grew colder as we approached, and I could sense the malevolent presence of the demons. The village was eerily quiet, the only sound the distant, mournful cries of those trapped within. As we entered the village, the demons materialized around us, their twisted forms looming in the shadows. They sneered and hissed, their eyes glowing with malice. "Look who it is," one of them growled. "The so-called chosen." I stepped forward, my confidence unwavering. "You've made a mistake coming here. You're in my domain now." The demons laughed, their voices filled with contempt. "You think you can defeat us? We are legion and you are just one." I smirked, feeling a familiar power surge within me. "One? I am more than enough. You should be the ones trembling." With that, the battle began. The demons lunged at me, their claws and teeth bared, but I was ready. I raised my hand and a blinding light erupted, forcing them back. "Is this all you've got?" I taunted, my voice filled with scorn. Pathetic. The leader of the demons, a towering figure with wings of shadow, stepped forward. "You dare challenge us? You are nothing!" I laughed, the sound resonating with power. "Nothing? I am the sun that burns away the darkness. You are mere shadows destined to fade." The demon leader roared and charged at me, his wings spreading wide, but I stood my ground, summoning the light within me. As he closed in, I unleashed a burst of energy, enveloping him in a radiant glow. He screamed, his form disintegrating under the onslaught of my power. The other demons hesitated, fear creeping into their eyes. "Anyone else?" I asked, my tone mocking. "Or are we done here?" One by one the demons retreated, their resolve shattered. The village began to brighten as the fog lifted, revealing the faces of the villagers who had been freed from the demons' grip. They looked at me with awe and gratitude, their hope restored. The woman who had sought my help approached, tears of relief streaming down her face. "Thank you," she said, her voice choked with emotion. "You saved us." I smiled, placing a reassuring hand on her shoulder. "It's what I do. Remember, you have the strength within you too. Never forget that." With the demons gone and the village safe, I felt a sense of calm wash over me. The dream began to fade, and I woke up feeling more empowered and determined than ever. Each dream was a battle, a test of my resolve and strength. And each time I emerged stronger, more confident in my ability to face whatever darkness came my way. As I went about my day, the memory of the dream lingered. I knew there would be more challenges ahead, more demons to face, but I was ready. With the power of the sun within me, I would continue to fight, to protect, and to inspire those who needed it most.